Hi. So, I've been talking about forgiveness, and I'm going to share with you the practice that I have been doing since the year 2000, when my first spiritual mentor, Joe Dunning, she taught me this, and I found it incredibly effective. Not effective, but life changing, I should say. And so, with forgiveness, it's not about, oh, I'm going to talk to this person and say, oh, I forgive you because you did this thing. When you do that, you're actually showing the other person that they've done something wrong, and you're actually not really forgiving because you are holding on to the thing that you believe had happened to you that was wrong or shouldn't have happened. So, this is something that you do internally within yourself. Um, you don't have to do it in the moment of the trigger or the moment of the event or the moment when you're watching something that is causing you to feel suffering. But if there's something that continues to come up in your awareness and your consciousness, then it's something you can do. If you haven't let it go yet, she used to say, in other words, if it's still coming to mind and you're still having emotions and feelings around it, then you haven't forgiven it. Okay, so we'll get right into it. So the first thing is you're saying it to yourself. You're not saying it to the person. If my perception or my experience is if you're saying, oh, I forgive you for this thing that you did, you're actually still holding on to the guilt and to the pain, to the shame. And you're blaming the other person and their now responsibility for that thing that caused you that pain. So this is something as a process that's very internal. And so the first thing I'll say to myself internally, and this can happen at for not just people, but anything that's causing you suffering in your experience, to free yourself, you say, I forgive you. You're saying this inside. I forgive you for any harm that you've caused me. And what you're actually saying is, I forgive you for that perception of the harm that I believe that you have caused me. The second thing is that you do or that you say internally once again is that I give you, the other object or the person, permission to forgive me for any harm that I've caused you. So you're actually letting that person, we'll just say a person, off the hook for anything that you perceive that they've done to cause you harm. I know that might sound a little bit confusing, but just stick with me here. And then the third thing is, um, you say, I forgive myself for any harm that I may have caused this person. Anything I have done, anything I have said, anything that I had agreed to, I forgive myself for that. So you're letting yourself off the hook. So I forgive you for any harm that you caused me, which is releasing the perception. I give you permission to forgive me, talking about the other person for any harm that you caused me, letting them off the hook. And then I forgive myself for any harm that I may have caused you, letting yourself off the hook. And then the last thing that you do is you feel gratitude. You feel gratitude in that moment for being able to forgive. It could actually be gratitude for anything, for the person, for the situation, for that moment of forgiveness. Okay, so that's how I do it. That's one of the strongest ways I do it, and I will share more soon. Aloha.